Northwest Iowa man will spend a decade behind bars after he fired what law enforcers describe as two improvised explosive missiles that sparked a field fire. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, a resident in rural Plymouth County saw a low-flying mortar go over his house back in February of 2022. He heard an explosion in the distance and then saw another one do the same thing. Later, another person reported a grass fire. The remains of the missiles helped authorities to identify who they belonged to. Convicted arsonist, 60-year-old Daniel Graben of Sioux City. Law enforcement searched Graben's home and found firearms, ammo, powerful military-grade explosive material, other explosives, bomb-making materials, and 124 non-missile explosive devices. They also found texts implying he would sell fireworks. Graben pleaded guilty to possession of firearm by a felon. A judge sentenced him to 10 years in federal prison. Graben was convicted on separate arson charges in California back in 2008.